it's Kay and Hattie from Bit Much Babe. If you are enjoying this podcast, please make sure that you like and subscribe our channel on YouTube. You can also like and follow us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Leave a little 5-star review, leave a little comment, but be nice about it. And please just keep engaging with us, as it means a lot. And it doesn't cost you anything. It's really, really cheap. And just do it.
It doesn't cost you anything.
It doesn't cost you anything.
It's not cheap. It's free.
Share it to all your friends. Share it to people you like. Share it to people you don't like. We don't really care. Just share it. Okay?
Follow us on Instagram.
And
You just really want more followers on Instagram. And if you work for Tatty Lashes, message us.
That's not how I want to approach them.
Hello, welcome to Bit Much Babe. The podcast by two girls and Ben, who've typically been seen as a bit much, talking about things that we think are a little bit much. And you're so ill.
I'm so ill. My mic isn't working.
No, I know. It's all gone hideously wrong your end, hasn't it?
Oh, hasn't it?
But it will be sexy Barry White voice soon, I think. I can't.
Not
Do you not
now.
go like...
No, but even if I do, I'm fucked. I have to talk like a
No, you do.
15-year-old Yorkshire schoolgirl.
Can they be husky?
That's odd. I don't think they can be husky.
No, they're quite nasal,
I don't
aren't they,
think it
15-year-old
works.
girls?
And also because I'm 28, the only way that I get away with being a 15-year-old is my high octave voice.
Is that why your voice has gone, do you think?
I don't think so, because it's not really my throat, isn't it?
I was going to say, it's not your
it's
voice.
It's my sinuses.
We're all getting this cold.
And I keep getting, like today, I was mopping the floor.
Oh, gosh. Wow, she really is a working woman.
It wasn't my idea, obviously.
No.
It was Emily's. I think there's something wrong with Emily because she just started cleaning really aggressively today, and I don't know, and that's not. You don't poke the bear when that happens, so it's just that's very anyway.
When was the last time she had a shag? Has a fella been around recently?
Yeah.
Oh right, okay, fine. That's usually my go-to.
They went to Fleetwood Mac by candlelight on Friday.
Oh, that's nice.
In it, because we went to the. Oh,
that's fine.
We went to the. We went to the Coldplay one. Me and Emily went to the Coldplay by candlelight one.
Is it the one in Sefton Park?
No, it's in St George's Hall.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, it's a lovely little thing. If you ever want to do something that's really, really nice, the like bands by candlelight.
Yeah, that is.
The Coldplay one was beautiful.
Hey, real quick. Obviously, it wasn't Coldplay.
No, it wasn't the real Coldplay.
So who does
that'd
it?
be strange. Singers.
Just some legends.
Well, no, it's orchestra.
Yeah.
Yeah, not singers. I lied. It's like an orchestra. It's beautiful.
Oh, that is nice.
Yeah. And then they went to the Fleetwood. So I imagine she's been shagged. She won't like this conversation.
No,
not one bit.
so's Emily.
But yeah, I was mopping and I got really, really hot and really, really dizzy. And I was like,
oh, you have got the ill then, haven't you?
I've got the ill. And I really haven't got the. It's really bad timing.
Yeah, it is.
I've got press night tomorrow.
I didn't realise that you did an accent in your show because a trailer came up on my phone and you're like doing the voice and I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Is it you?
Yeah, I didn't
I know what trailer you're talking about, and I hate that trailer because it's the bit where I say something like, if you want to come down for a fun night out or something like that.
Yeah.
They sprung that on me so last minute and said, just say something. The lightings, it's done so weird. I hate that. The trailer's amazing, but I don't know why they had to show me and Jenna at the end because it made absolutely no sense. What was it?
Yeah.
Oh.
I was like, hey.
Yes.
I know her. It's like Buddy the Elf. You'd be a great Buddy the Elf.
You'd be a lovely Buddy the Elf.
You really would.
I think I would as well.
Yeah.
Buddy the Elf, what's your favourite colour? I love you. I love you. I love you.
That's really sweet. So do you press night every single time you go to a new venue?
No, we had one in St Helens when it opened, and then we've got one in Stockport tomorrow just because it's obviously nearer Manchester, it's just more press can get to there.
Where were you last week?
I was in Hunstanton. I was down south by Sandringham, which is a royal place, apparently.
It is.
Didn't
It
know.
is very much so, yeah.
Beautiful, though, Hunstanton.
Well, yeah, no, the Royals
Seaside
aren't going to
town.
pitch up at, like, you know.
No. Lovely, though.
Shit off.
Racist
Yes.
place. A lot of Union Jack flags.
Yeah.
Which was strange. And the theatre we were performing in was advertising for Katie Hopkins, because she's going there as well. So, all the best. That was odd.
What an absolute double bill.
But absolute shout out to Hunstanton. Lovely. Oh, guys, I've got to tell you.
Go on.
I fucked it. You're going to love this.
It's fantastic.
I had a stroke on Thursday, right?
You look well for it.
Thank you.
Agreed.
But I just completely forgot how to act. And
Blank.
No. Wait. So the reason I brought this up is because Hunstanton's a beautiful seaside town, and if there's one thing we know about me, I fucking love a seaside town.
You love a water, don't you?
I love a water.
You do.
I love arcades.
You've said it.
I love donuts. I love seaside towns. I think that they are great. They are tacky and horrible, and I love them with everything I have.
Surely Hunstanton wasn't.
Oh, it's not tackiness.
It's still tacky?
They had loads of arcades.
Gosh.
And bowling alleys that were closed down. It was my heaven. I loved it.
Have you been to Morecambe?
No, but I know I'd love it.
You would?
I think I have been when I was little. If it's a seaside town that's reachable, I probably have been.
Have you been to Barry? You know, you Gavin
Barry
City,
Island?
yeah.
No, and I really want to go.
Okay, I think we should do that for your next birthday. You'd love Barry.
Seriously, can we?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Right, so crack on. So what did you do?
Oh, for fuck's sake, this is this is fucking hell. So in between shows, we had a double show on Thursday, and in between shows, we went to the arcade. And there's this certain machine, it's like a bingo machine, where the numbers come up and you have to press accept or reject if they're on the card. Now, to the point where Jess filmed me and put it on my Instagram, 3 separate people messaged me from different points of my life saying, oh, I have a memory of you playing this machine. Because whenever I'm in an arcade and I find this machine, I will sit on this machine for hours and play it. It's great. I don't know the name of it, but I absolutely love this machine. It's £1 a go. 3 times I was 1 win off 50 quid. I never won, but that's not the point.
That's not the point. No.
Anyway, but I think what had happened is I'd put so much energy into this machine for a full 2 hours that when I got back to work,
Oh, God.
I had completely lost all sense of reality. First scene, I was like, did you ever watch This Morning? You know when they like interview someone that isn't there and there's a delay?
Yeah.
That's what was happening to me. Like
You're just buffering.
Jake was saying his lines, and I was going, and then we came off stage, and Jake goes to me because we're friends now, and I think the boundaries have gone. And he went to me, "Did you just forget to put emotion on your face for that entire scene?" And I was like, "What are you talking about?" And he was like, "Kay, I was looking at you and you were going," and I was like, "Oh, didn't realise that." And he was like, "Fucking hell." He was like talking to a brick wall, and I was like, "Oh, all the best." In the third scene, I have to get changed on stage. I have to change my top, which I try and do quite quickly because I'm essentially in my bra. And
Yeah, but you've got fabulous tattoos.
I know I have, but also belly. Like I try and do quite quickly.
Yeah.
But for some reason, I lost the ability to get dressed. So I put the blouse on, and half it was tucked within the sleeve. So that was a fucking nightmare. So I had to manoeuvre all that. Just loads of like little things. And I thought, you know what, it's fine. Just get through the show. It's fine. No, the audience won't have noticed. It's not an obvious thing. First scene of the second act.
You came on and faced the
But
back.
you'll love this because you're an actor, so you'll get this. Well, you won't get it because I don't think anyone's ever done this ever. So I come on and Jenna says her line, which is, "I was running as fast as my little legs could carry me." And then I go, "I know, I've never seen you move so fast. Are you that desperate for a jump?" Which is a shag. And then I pick her up and like, as if like I'm like wrestling with her or whatever. And then I go, "What's wrong with him?" Because Jake's character Bob isn't acknowledging us. What I did was she went, "I know I was running as fast as my legs could carry me." And I went, "What's wrong with him?" So I skipped that line. Now, what a normal person or a good actor would do in
Just
this
carry on.
would just be to carry on.
You went back and did this.
Not only did I go back, I went, "What's wrong with him?" Oh God, I'm sorry. I said sorry out loud on stage. I went, "I'm sorry." Turned round to Jenna, started picking her up. But nothing came out of my mouth. So all the audience saw was me going, "Sorry."
I know you like the bumps. Yeah.
And I went, like my body knew I had to do this, but the words didn't come out. And then I went, "Oh, do you want a shag?"
No.
Yeah. Rather than, "Are you that desperate for a jump?"
If she'd said yes, you would then have had this whole other scene.
And thank God, shout out to Jenna, who, thank Christ, went, "Rita, what's wrong with you?" And speaking of which, what's wrong with him? And just saved it. But I have never, in all the time I've done this, have I apologised on stage. I went, "Oh God, I'm sorry." Just,
Do you know what I wonder if that is, because when I started stand-up, I had actor's hangover, which is you just say you treat your stand-up set like a monologue, like you say your quote lines. So if I was having a terrible set, which very often you are at the beginning, like, and I would just go down with the ship. You'd just be like, "Say the next line, say the next line." Say, and obviously the boys at the time were like, "Yeah, you've got to acknowledge what's happening. Like you have to. I wonder if then the reverse is true, where on stand-up we're so comfortable on stage and we're so about like being present and adjusting to the things that are happening in the room and saying the thing on our brain that you've now got stand-ups hangover on an acting stage where you're like, I've just done a thing wrong. Hang on, let me just do that. It's like, sorry, no.
And it was hell. It was absolute hell.
Bliss.
I don't know what happened.
Good girl.
And I came off stage and I went, what the and Jake goes to me, you can't win them all. And I was like, oh, piss off. Piss off you. And yeah, so that was quite possibly the most, of all the years, and I nearly shit myself in Magic Mike. And that is still the most ridiculous thing I've ever done on stage.
That would be such the right show to shit yourself in, is Magic Mike.
Did I tell this story?
I
don't think so. I've not heard it.
Oh my God, this is hell. So I was doing, it was one of the shows where the other MC was off. So I think I had all 3 shows on the Saturday. Ironically, probably the most shows I ever did there, but hey, we're not ready to be bitter, yeah?
No, we're not. We're aloof and cool.
We're aloof and cool.
Terribly chic.
But no, it was a 3-show day. And in between the first and second show, I got salmon from the Hippodrome like restaurant.
Well, that was your fault.
Well, it was. But I thought no, because I've had it before and it was fine. And I thought I don't want anything too heavy because I've still got these 2 shows to do, but I know I need to eat. And the food there, great. Lovely. Never had an issue until this day. So I'm halfway through the show, and it's the bit I don't know whether you remember. But there's a bit in the show where I get 2 audience members on stage, and the lads are like in the little tiny boxes, and I'm talking to the front and I'm narrating what's going on. And it's also a bit that I have to improv in the show. And I'm improving and all of a sudden
you get
that pain. But it wasn't like you need the toilet pain. It was like
we're coming.
We're here.
Yeah.
And I was like, ah! And I made that noise. I went, oh my God, like on stage. Had to get through it. But the thing with Magic Mike, as you've seen,
you don't really come off.
I don't come off.
No.
I don't go off stage. So I had to wait until the very end. I got through it, but Jesus wept. I was so, it was to the point where do you ever have it where you're in it's making you feel sick?
Yeah.
Because it's oh my fucking God.
I have it with wheeze. When you need a wheeze so much,
Yeah.
it's almost like it's like your whole body's just trying to expel something. So
the sweats had started.
Yeah, good.
I was
very good. Kate.
Oh my God. And then
am I going to be the girl who shits herself on Magic Mike Live?
So the only time I got to do it, and also there's people everywhere.
Yeah.
Backstage, the area's so small, there's people everywhere. It's when I go up to go on the unicorns come down, and I thought, I can't sit in that unicorn.
No,
it's a white unicorn
and
in
also,
a pool.
if you did poo, they would
I'm
all
coming down,
see
and
it
it's a
above
see-through.
you.
Exactly.
We'd all look up and see poo.
Shit. Yeah. And that isn't that. No, that's not.
You don't need that on your CV.
I don't need that on my CV. So I had to throw off my blazer, throw it to someone, and Richard Sound, who's a really good friend of mine, was like, "Okay, what are you doing? You need to go upstairs." And I went, "I'm going to shit myself." And he just went, "We'll hold the show. Just go and do what you need to do." And they had to put an extra counting in for the lads, to dance, so I could go and shit myself.
Good girl.
And then I went on the unicorn and came down.
And that, my friends, is feminism.
Thank you very much.
Advocate for yourself.
Yeah.
Advocate for yourself and your bowels.
So anyway, I'm hoping to make it as an actress one day, and they're all the reasons why I shouldn't. All the best.
That's absolutely perfect.
What's the worst thing you've ever done? Or not the worst thing, but is there anything that
there's one that haunts me. The one that haunts me is I just didn't go on. It was a drama school play, so it wasn't, it was the be-all and end-all, because every time you're on stage, it should be the be-all and end-all, but it was a drama school final year play, and I'd had my big roles at the beginning of the year. I'd got signed. I'd been very, very lucky. I was in for an audition for I think it might even have been when I was auditioning for Viva, Yeah. So I was in for some big auditions, and I say this because of how bad it looks. This wasn't my mentality, but I had a smaller role in this play, and I was just sat in the green room learning my lines for Viva, and I just didn't go on. And it was so awful. It looked so awful because all my mates who were still, hadn't been signed or were doing their big grad show, it looked like I just
gone, fuck it.
And it was so not, I would never do that, but it haunts me because...
Did you not hear the call, or you couldn't hear the show?
It was middle of the show, so it's not a call, it's your cue. You're listening to your cue.
Could you just not hear it?
No, I could hear it, just wasn't
paying attention.
Wasn't paying attention, was in my lines. And so I've never done anything even remotely like that. Like I'm that person who's there before beginners. I'm that person who's there before her cue. I'm so ahead of it. And for whatever reason on this day, I just didn't. And I heard my cue line. I heard the line that I'm supposed to respond to happening on stage. And I just fucking ran. And they could hear me. It was pleasant, like running around, like round the back, round the wings, through the thing, coming on stage. But it haunts me because of how a team player that looked. Like that looked so bad. And obviously they knew me well enough by that point to know that I wouldn't do that. But I still was like, this is heinous.
Did you get bollocks?
Absolutely. I think I did by the director, rightly. But I was like, it haunts me. That one haunts me.
That's fucked.
And the funniest one we did was, and this is actually a great one, if you're going to do it, we did it right. During Viva Forever, I think we've mentioned it on this, it was the Spice Girl musical. We had a day where Harvey Nichols in London were doing a sponsored Spice Girls Cocktails Day. It was like a press thing, I think, for Viva, but also Harvey Nichols was supporting us in putting on like special seasonal Spice Girl cocktails, so you could get the scary, the sporty, the posh, whatever. It was all different. But for the day, they got the principal characters and the Spice Girls to come and
shit, man,
like drink it and take pictures and do the thing. And obviously we'd all turned up. We were in our like early to mid 20s, and so all of us had been like, look, let's just have a couple. It was like 11 a.m. We're like, we'll have a couple. We'll go get a big lunch and we'll be fine for the evening performance.
You didn't. You weren't fine for the evening performance.
Quite a few. Yeah, we did have quite a few, and a few of us went on stage. And I was like, I remember being in the wings, being like, it's all right for me. I wasn't doing a big dance. I was like, I'm Tiddly. Like I'm squiffy. I'm running on to a West End stage. Squiffy for sure, for absolute sure. And like we all got through it. There was no problems. It was all right. But like, a few of us were definitely in the wings. Like
as you said,
oh, tell you what, we were drinking with the Spice Girls. So I sort of always think, fuck it. There was ever a reason.
Again, Kay.
Am I back on now?
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can change the wire in the next section. But yeah,
I'm back on now.
I'll let it around.
Yeah. The first day of reset, assume Bob 2 in the Epstein years ago. So with Regal, the company that I work for, Sean's company, they have a tradition which is opening night. I think it's press night. We have a very small glass of port in like a paper cup or a plastic cup.
That's good, because that's good for you.
Yeah, it's like a weird. It's like it's because Jane, who Chantal's mum, drinks port every night.
It's also good for your voice, though.
Yeah. But it's just like a Regal thing. Mm-hmm. We've just always done it. And the day of opening Rita Sue, because we'd only just done it, so it was the same cast, so it was really chill. And opening day, we were sat in the Epstein in the front, which, by the way, the Epstein's reopening, by the way.
Great.
Lovely bit of information, but I'll get to that in a minute. But it was really chill, and Shan got a bottle of port, me on like a little glass, and everyone else was kind of like doing their own thing to get ready, and me and Shan were just sat there chatting. Next thing you know, without realising it, me and Shanna drank an entire bottle of port to ourselves. Shan, by the way, is the director and producer, so it was okay because I was with my boss.
Yeah.
But I had to go on stage. Thank God, obviously, the show at that point was so ingrained in my memory. But I had to do the opening night, and I was
so pre the show.
We had accidentally just drank a bottle of port, just between us, and I went on stage, and I was like, "Oh, I'm bladdered."
Yeah. That'll do it.
And I have to take knickers, like my show knickers. They're not my real knickers, but show knickers off.
Absolutely, I love that there's a theme. Regal just really like you get your kegs off, don't they?
They love it.
Yeah.
And I couldn't. And I had because I have like 4 pairs of knickers on. I have my actual knickers. I had a bodysuit on.
Of course, and then
I had
Spanx,
nudes,
yeah.
and then I had white knickers on that come off. And I couldn't grab the right ones. I kept, and I literally went on stage. I mean, the kind of show is you'll see it. It's so funny that the audience is so like not too bothered. And I literally went, I looked at my part in the face and just went, I can't get my knickers off, Bob. The audience loved it. They were absolutely pissed themselves, but I just couldn't. I couldn't get the right ones off.
Oh my God. I just feel like taking them all off and getting some absolute fan out.
Absolute. Look, I did it, but yeah, I remember.
You're a good girl.
I remember. Yeah, we got. And that's the only time, because I don't even drink before stand-up, do I?
No.
And that's the only time I ever remember doing a show or a performance with alcohol in my system.
You got to learn it the hard way sometimes.
Yeah,
you just got to learn that thing the hard way. Like I said, like I was lucky when I was a bit squiffy that I didn't have any big like full-out dance to do or whatever. But like,
I couldn't do the show personnel.
No.
Fuck me, it's a heavy track.
No, we're classy professionals. So we would never do such a thing.
But I do love when you get to a point in the show, and you'll know this with Viva, like...
Oh, you can't not do it. You can't not get it right.
Well, not even that, like,
because we were in a smaller venue this week in down south in Hunstanton, really small venue. It was the worst ticket sales of the run, just because of where it is. I said it's down south. I think the venue was booked in quite late. Lovely theatre though. Shout out to Hunstanton. Not that anyone will be watching from there, I don't think. They're all obsessed with Katie Hopkins. But we're at a point now where we're playing around a little bit with it, which is a nightmare. Like, because when you've got really genuinely talented comedy actors that have got that little tiny bit of confidence, that are just being a little bit naughty.
No, you're not allowed to.
And a little bit like thingy.
And on a West End show, not allowed. There's not allowed to be a vague variation. Like if we vaguely varied it, we couldn't. We had notes.
Well, the speaker blew on one of the nights.
Sure, that'll do it. Yeah.
And but it's as I'm laying on Jake's legs, and the speaker blows, and Jake went, "Excuse you," and that was it.
I bet.
I'm oddly enough never knew this about myself. Phenomenal at not corpsing.
Are you?
I'm really, really good at it.
Girl, that is good.
Really good. Jenna, who plays Sue, terrible. Absolutely fucking terrible.
We would need one of those. Everyone needs one. Every cast needs one of those.
Can't keep it together.
Absolutely. Speaking of can't keeping it together, can we just say before we end this first little bit of the thing is how completely lovely all your messages have been. I think we've both been very, very moved and very grateful by all your lovely messages to us privately, but also to the pod and also comments. So just can't thank you enough for that. I really love there are some really, really beautiful ones. I thought all of them are really beautiful. And I maintain, I've said on a few messages, is like there is still for both of us, for all three of us, a world where we hope we get to bring this back for, as we said, season 2. But thank you very much for just all being so bloody lovely.
But also, stop, because it's making it harder. It's making it so much harder.
Can you just say to me, Sasha, wouldn't it be better if everyone had just been like, okay.
I wish you'd have all ignored it, to be honest, because I watch it's very rare that I don't really watch them unless there's something I've said or whatever that I do, but I can't stand watching myself.
We don't give a fuck about Ben's work, actually.
No, I can't stand watching myself, sorry. Can't stand watching myself. But I watched this back because I wanted it, because obviously I know I got a little bit upset and stuff, and I cried again. I cried watching it back, and and also I've had a lot of lovely comments about like just certain things that were said and stuff, and it means a lot, so thank you.
Yeah, and the people, I've had a few shows this week of my show, my Tourette, and I have had just the loveliest people coming up and saying lovely things about the pod. So again, just thank you all for that, because it means heaps. And I know comedians, we often come across, and I know I do come across as very unapproachable, but it has just been the loveliest thing. So thank you.
And thank you for the people, genuinely, that have booked to come and see Rita Sue and Bob too.
Oh yeah,
people
that's real.
have.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Which I think is mental.
Brilliant.
But thank you.
That's so exciting.
Is so wonderful. I was actually talking to 2 girls today who I think are going to come to Billingham because they're from the northeast. Thank you so much. And also it means that I can now work towards star casting. So thank you very much. I need more money. But genuinely, thank you. And
thank you. And we are gonna, these final 2 episodes, we're going out with a bang. We've got 2 absolute jazz fests of our guests. Speaking of, we're just gonna get one on now. So
and I would like to maintain that we still love each other very, 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 very much. Stop spreading rumours. I don't know.
Yeah. Bye.
We have a Patreon.
Hattie, can you talk into the microphone, please?
Our Patreon is going to be called Much Love Babe. The space where basically we have a look at the problems or the bit muches that you've sent in, and we have a little discussion about them. It's where kind of, I think, we'll delve into our personal lives a little bit more and talk about our problems and just kind of
We might not even redact names.
We might not even redact names.
Shit tea.
Yeah, shit tea.
We love getting your DMs. Not all of them. But we love most of your DMs, and we love having the repartee. And this is a way of us formalising said repartee, because you get to email us your stuff and what you think is a bit much, or if you think yourself you're being a bit much, or things are a bit much, and we get to talk to you about whether they are a bit much.
Subscribe to it for £3, £5 or £10 a month, and you get all the exclusive content. You get early access to our main episodes that will come out on Saturdays, and our Patreon exclusives will come out on Thursdays. The more our Patreon grows, the more kind of amazing stuff we will get to do. We can take Ben on the corridor.
Oh, we can take Ben on the corridor.
Your support so far has been absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
And we just want to kind of give something back to you, but obviously only for money.
Feminism. See you on the Patreon. Welcome back to Bit Much Babe with our Bit Much Babe guests. It's Phil Chapman.
Hey.
Hi, Dar. How you
I
doing?
moved the mic already.
No, I know. Oh God, Ben! Whoa,
thing I
Ben
did.
is gonna
kill you.
kick off.
Ben's going to get
Here he
really
goes.
aggressive over mics.
Here he is.
Tony was worse for it. Tony would like bang on the table so much. He's like, every time he's talking, he's like, I was like, there's no audio here.
I know.
Tony
Do
was...
that again, Ben.
Yeah, but we can.
Alone.
Kay might have even the tables on this one.
Yeah,
Kay and
pick on
Phil
Ben.
versus-
Oh
Pick on
yeah,
Ben,
that's
usually
please.
Kay.
That's a given.
Because I get picked on because these two gang up on me
Do they?
a lot. It's actually why we're ending.
Right.
That's exclusive, guys.
Yeah.
I've just had enough of the
I can't believe you're
negative
the fault of
workplace.
the-
Yeah.
Bully.
The riff.
This bully
They
behind
do.
the camera.
They actually really bully me.
What about what?
Yeah, I don't
About
know
everything. You're horrible. We're not doing this again.
No.
We
No, we're
vowed.
ending our
We
last two
vowed.
episodes with
We
lovely
vowed.
notes.
We vowed this new year that we were going to be nicer to each other.
We actually didn't. You promised you were going to be nice to Ben.
And this is what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
This is what I'm talking about. They gang up on
Just
me.
facts.
Okay.
Just
They
And then
gang up on
it
me.
was that hard that you were like, we'll quit.
Yeah, I was like, you know what? It's not worth. It's not
too
worth
hard
my
to
mental
not be mean
health.
to Ben.
Yeah, it's just not worth my mental health suffering. It's just not worth it.
No. And we got Gavin for the pod. How long have you been going with comedy?
Yeah.
Long time. 2007, I think.
So I was
So nearly 20 years.
I was right. Yeah,
Nearly
so
20
about
years,
18.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so 18. Jesus
Wow.
Christ.
God.
Yeah. Me and Paul Smith started at the same time. Like we did
Did
the
you?
first. We did I did my second gig with him.
In the Crown, was it then?
No, it was at the Royal Court. We did like a comedy competition.
Oh, I thought
it
you
was
were
like
talking about
it was like a
Hot
comedy
Water, yeah.
course, and then they did like 4 in a year, and then all the best ones from that one went on to the
sick.
final, and that was me and Paul.
Sick.
Me and Paul were the only two that carried. Well, Pete McCall as well. He's carried on.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
We were
yeah.
the only 3 that have sort of carried on.
Bloody hell.
So were you there for like the origins of Hot Water?
Oh yeah.
Did they start in the Crown? Or have I
No,
made
they
that up?
started in it. They started on Lark Lane.
Fuck off, did they?
Yeah, and then they moved to Envy. I think they did one
Yeah.
gig in Lark Lane, and they were like, no. And then they moved to Envy.
Yeah, Lark Lane doesn't feel like their vibe. I mean, I'm sure Lark Lane's changed a lot as well, but
Yeah.
was Lark Lane ever their vibe?
No.
No. Believe. I do believe. I don't want to gig on Lark Lane, but above the bookbinder.
Yeah.
You know, the lovely little shop with all the books
Tom
and the
Evans'
scrap
gig.
Well, the same as that Tom Evans.
Yeah. That feels very Lark Lane. You're like, oh yeah, surrounded by bookcases. This is nice.
I've got a date on
I
Lark
wouldn't
Lane.
do well there.
Pardon?
I've got a little date on Lark Lane tomorrow.
Oh, he's having
Have
a Lark
you?
Lane one,
Oh,
yeah.
Ben.
Yeah. Dindins. Yeah.
Don't call it Dindons
Why?
either. Just don't call it Dindons.
I think it's
No,
sweet.
it was like the 7th
Yeah, but
date
would you
now,
want to have
innit?
sexual intercourse with someone that called it Dindons? Exactly.
Not if they said that before they went down. Little knife and fork.
Little napkin tucked in. Oh, absolutely not. Ugh.
What about you on the other foot, would you? If a guy was like, dens.
I like it when they tap it like it's a mic. This thing on.
Oh, good.
one,
Hey, try it. Let's know how it goes.
Yeah.
Don't say Dindons.
Why? Why?
Because it's not sexy.
I think it's nice. And I think she'll go, oh, any sweet.
No,
Yeah,
she'll
I
go,
think
oh, he's special.
Which there's nothing wrong with.
No, there isn't. But I feel like that should have been known from the start.
I like it.
I like
I think she's funny.
I think I'm funny.
So that's Ben's thing when I have a bitch fit because they're all being horrible to me.
Yeah.
He tries to, he goes, I like you. And that's his kind of way
I
of
think you're
trying to
funny.
smooth it. It doesn't matter what anyone else says. I think you're funny. Yeah.
I do.
That's his thing. They're really horrible to
He's
me.
good. He's good at picking on you because he's learned it all in the green room from getting picked on himself.
Yeah. You're good at that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Phil gets in my head so much.
Victims become bullies. That's the thing.
We brought in your bully.
Yeah.
We brought in today your school bully. He's like, oh my God.
That's why he sat so far back.
Yeah, but then I get it in the neck. It's not my fault that you've been bullied.
I'm not actually bullied.
No, it's just
No, he's
picked on.
just...
Yeah.
Picked on and bullying is very different.
Yeah,
He
it's
knows
nice.
it comes with a wink and a smile.
Yeah.
You know, if someone else was bullying Ben, I'd step in.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
see,
Oh, my
this
God.
is
We
how I feel about
destroy
that. Yeah,
anyone that
we would
even went near
kill.
you.
He's my victim.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Get away. He's mine.
He's my victim. He's my victim.
That is nice. So Phil, did you bring any bit muches in for us this week? And it doesn't
Well,
matter if you did.
I was going to bring in like loads, but then fucking parking situation, that's a bit much, isn't it?
That is a bit much, yeah.
That parking situation outside.
They're kicking off about that. I mean, Hot Water aren't happy about that.
Yeah.
But that is...
Sign the petition.
Yeah. Do not piss off the Blairs.
Run me by. So this is like, sorry, for anyone who isn't based in Liverpool, this might not be like the world's most like interesting thing, but also it is taking over Liverpool chat at the moment. Is because Everton are moving ground.
Mm-hmm.
So they're just being like, no roads for miles around.
No
may
the
you park on.
Yeah.
I would like to point out, you said that as if it's Everton saying this. It's not.
It's the council. Yeah, it's all the
Why
council.
is
Please
that?
stop. Please don't come at us any more than you already are. It's not our fault. This isn't our
I'm not
problem.
coming at Everton.
Not you. I'm talking about the general
people.
public.
So why though?
Why? The council's poor. They want money.
Yeah.
So it's not that you can't park, because you can't park for free.
Yeah, well, they're not providing like
Bays.
an option. This is the problem with the council. They just go, right, ban that.
Yeah.
Innit? They just go, right, can't park there now. Like all the disused roads that they've neglected for years and years and years. So people just started parking there because they were like, well, there's nothing else
Yeah,
there.
because it's gross around here.
Yeah,
Sorry,
let's
all
just
due
park.
respect, but it is.
And then they were like, oh, this is... Did you ever watch Hey Arnold?
Yes.
Do you remember the episode where they cleaned up the trash bit in the middle between the two apartments?
yes.
And they turned it into a little baseball game.
Yeah,
A little baseball
yeah,
field.
the diamond. Yeah.
And then all the adults came and they were like, oh, it's really nice around here. So they started growing flowers and they ruined the baseball
And they
thing.
ruined the baseball.
And then they went and they put the thing. That's what's
stop,
happening
Phil,
with
that's exactly what's happening.
that's what's happening around here.
But it hasn't been thought through in the slightest. They have not thought any of it through.
So it's not that they're putting in parking measures. They're just being like, you can't come here anymore.
They're
Yeah.
they're essentially taking what is residential as well as businesses and derelict and gone, oh no, this is actually all for the ground now and it's all ours, essentially. That's what they've done. But they haven't thought any of it through because it's so impractical. It's just, the thing is, even if everyone literally went, nah, fuck it, we're still parking, they haven't got the manpower to even patrol that.
Because they've hired 50 new
Oh shit, they have.
guys, 50 new parking attendants.
50 brown shirts, 50 parking brown shirts.
Yes.
Sick job,
Yeah.
man. Sick gig, boys. So
Well,
they're
at
just
least
going to
more
go
jobs
around.
to the cunts of the world.
They're just getting.
Yeah.
They're just going to go around putting stickers on things and telling
Putting
them.
stickers on people's cars and earning money off us. Yeah.
Great.
They love it.
It's not going to go through.
But
You
it
don't-
is.
Yeah. Well, they've put it through, but then everyone's
I
kicked
just
off.
don't think it's going to materialise the way they think it is.
We started today.
I just don't think it's going to. I just don't think it's going to materialise the way they think it is. I really don't.
Yeah, it's not, because as well you've got all them. That was the problem I had. I was like, I'll drive through the industrial bit,
Yeah.
and then all the lorries were getting turned back and having to go up and down the streets because they've got deliveries to do, so they can't be like, oh, football's on. Sorry.
It's the
Soz.
least, and also the football's not on every single night. We have seasons from August to May, and then obviously you've got not all home games. Do you know what I mean?
He'll start earlier next season in the championship.
We won't though, will we? We won't though. We won't though, will we? We won't though. We're as close to relegation as we are close to Champions League spot. So, you know, do you want to... No.
They might
Don't
say
come
What
on
I love
me.
about Everton, Gay, they're so easy to wind
They
up.
might say give you Monday lunchtimes if you're really lucky.
Up the fucking toffees.
I lived with
Says it once, I'll
Evertonian
say it
for 10
again.
years. I've learned all the tricks.
Who do you support? I don't think we've ever really
Don't
discussed
really watch football.
I was going to say you don't really. Do you?
I don't think you
Do you know what? This is what pisses me off. I'll tell you this.
Go, please do.
I will take shit from about football. Of course, I'm an Evertonian. You just do naturally. But I can't stand taking shit from people that don't actually watch football.
Why?
Because I'm like, you haven't got a clue what you're talking about. Like, it just winds
But
me
you can
up.
still be a massive football fan. You don't have to like know the
No,
ins
that's
and
what I'm
outs.
saying. Not a massive. It's people that aren't
Oh,
actually.
you're not a fan of football generally.
No, I'm a fan of winding people up about it.
Yeah.
I do the same to Liverpool
This,
fans. Don't you worry
Yeah,
about
but
it.
I'll take it any day off someone that
Sure.
like. And but you know what? And this is
But this
quite
is
a
what makes
sexist
it
thing to
funny.
say. But it's when Gales do it. That's when it really pisses me off. Because I'm like, you
fuck
haven't
women.
got a fucking clue what you're talking about.
Yeah,
and it's like,
gross.
oh, fuck off. You haven't got a clue.
But that's what I
Anyway,
like about being sexist as well. Because I can see them getting wound up. It's not even the joke that's funny.
No.
It's the reaction to the joke.
But anyway, up the fucking toffees. Up the fucking toffees. We're doing very well. Up David Moyes. He's got grey hair, but we don't care. And I love him.
No, well, I'm glad.
Do you know who else loves me?
Who?
Jordan Pickford.
Oh, she's had a big weekend.
Oh, yeah,
She's had a
you sent him a
big
thing, didn't you, on the
weekend.
old
Yeah,
Instagram?
He keeps looking at my Instagram story, guys.
Is it him or is it his lawyer? No, it's absolutely him. It's absolutely
It's
him.
absolutely
Sorry,
him.
absolutely him.
Get to
yeah.
fuck.
Sorry, not his security guard.
I actually should find out whether he runs his own Instagram, actually.
You
I wonder if I can
probably
find that
should.
out. How would I find that out?
Message it.
Someone will know.
Message it.
Well, there's a... No, because... No. I might get to meet him.
Oh, good.
When?
He'll be chill about
So I'll
that.
tell you.
Okay.
So I'm currently doing a show with Jake Quickerdon, who
You know Jake Quickerdon.
Yeah, from beating up Paul Smith.
from beating up Paul Smith. Yeah.
My hero.
Great guy. He actually is. He's a dream. But so he got someone to come and cut his hair for him when we were in St Helens, and that person
God, that was very brave of him.
cut. No, it's the person that cuts the hair of the Everton players.
In St Helens.
He travelled to St Helens to do his hair.
Gosh.
And then they just got on really, really well. And he was like, I cut Pickford's hair. And Jake was like, he said he'll sort us out some hospitality tickets for Everton. And I was like, fucking get in. Yes, we'll do that. But he was also like, and like, obviously we'll try and see if we can meet the players. And I was like, if you get me to meet Jordan Pickford,
what would you do?
I will literally.
She's, I mean, so far beyond in love with him, like to the point that every single, I can't go exactly into what they are, but every single one of our passwords for Bit Much Babe is a variation on Jordan Pickford.
Right, okay.
Every single one of
I mean, I wouldn't say that publicly.
No, but it's like a variation.
Oh, no,
on it.
it's not just that.
It's not. But so we're there. What if he actually walked into the room? What do you think you would do in that moment? Like, how do you feel you would fare? Knowing what you know about yourself, how do you think it would go?
I don't know. I genuinely don't know. I think it'd either go one or two ways. I think I'd either, the pressure would get to me, and I'd be a pool of just arousal.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'd just be like,
Do you think you'd just come?
I think
you'd
I'd
just
think
walk
I
into the
might.
room and
What if he said, din-dins?
I would open the legs. That's what I'd do. No, I don't know what I'd do. I think or I would go the other way and I'd be like,
You're quite cold.
pretend that you don't know him.
Yeah, that's the way I'd go.
What's your name again?
Yeah, but you can't do that because he already knows that you're obsessed.
You make gingerbread men out of him. Yeah.
I do make gingerbread. I mean,
Well, we're about to find out, Jordan.
Can you imagine if we did that in the final episode?
if that happened, I'd cry. I think I would cry.
I think you'd cry. Well, you cry about nothing.
If it wasn't a planned, I cry about nothing.
No.
See what I mean? You're picking on
She's
me.
very sensitive is the thing. Yeah.
You're picking on me again. I don't
Female
cry.
comedians on their
When was the last
periods.
time
You know
cried
how
on
it
the-
is.
To be fair, okay. To be fair, when was the last time you cried on the episodes?
Last
week.
one.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Yes.
But there was a reason. It was a big one. It was very emotional.
I didn't cry.
You're made of stone.
Well, yeah.
I didn't cry.
All right.
Anyway, yeah. So
Nice.
sorry, carry on. Okay, so he'd walk in and you'd be quite cool.
I don't know what I'd do, but I'm
Well,
really
have a
excited
minute,
to
have a
find
think
out.
about it in case Jake does take you to meet him because we need, you need to have game face on for that.
I know.
Quite a big day for you, that.
It's a really big day.
That
for
would
me,
be the
isn't it?
equivalent of your wedding day, meeting Jordan Pickford.
Yeah, it would be. Yeah, and it really is a shame that one's a lot more likely than the other.
Yeah, big time.
Massively.
Yeah, that's okay. Do you know what my bitch much is actually this week? Speaking of crying, I did again. I've made another man cry.
Did you?
Fuck
Yeah.
off.
You good at that?
Who?
A security guard at work.
The one you spoke about before. The one who really likes Disneyland Paris.
No, different one.
Oh.
Yeah, no, different one. No, I spread my victims sort of around. I did it again, and you have those days where you go, I can't believe I've done it again. And I really didn't know like the last time I made someone cry at work. So the last time I made someone cry at work, it was a girl, and I really didn't know I was going to. But this time I made an actual male security guard cry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How?
I just think what we've decided between me and my manager is that I'm very direct. So I think that's the problem, is that people, when I say a thing, also back me up on this one. If you accuse a man of something
don't
and
have a
he
choice.
goes fucking mental, like I was like, can you just take me off work at 5? Like I need to go at 5. And he was like, well, I don't know what I'm supposed to do in that moment because, I was taken off my post late. So then I had to come here late. And I was like, oh, right. I was like, I didn't realize that the control said on CCTV you were chatting to the other security guard for a while and that's why you were late. And he fucking blew a fuse. That means I'm right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
If they get defensive, you're right.
But then he cried.
Well, then I sort of doubled down a little bit on other things that I had problems with him doing recently. But I did it in the
Oh, so you had a list prepared.
had a list prepared, yeah. But
Yeah.
also I did it in my way, which is, I think, more frustrating, which is quite sort of like, oh, also, one more thing. I was just wondering, do you have this, like, it's not aggressive. It's quite like annoying private school girly. Like, it's
Yeah.
that sort of like, oh, actually, yeah, because you remember you said that thing. Like, it is annoying. And I do it on purpose to like just, and eventually I was like, oh, are you all right? Because I don't think this attitude is right. And he fucking lost it. Started crying. He said, no, I'm not all right. I've had a bad day, actually. I've had a really bad day. I'm having a really bad day, actually.
Is
And
this
I was
when his wife killed himself?
no, different one. No, I haven't gone in on him.
Because that would be cruel.
That would be cruel.
Yeah, how very noble.
But it gets better. So I obviously was like, so I've made this person cry, and he was really like, oh, I've had a very bad day, very bad day. And I just went, we don't talk to people like that in this building. I mean, so patronising. It was like,
Is he 4? We don't talk to people like that in this building.
I know, she was like, we don't talk to people like that in this building.
Go for some din-dins.
Yeah,
makes them feel better. Go
Feels
for
like you
din-dins.
need some din-dins.
Yeah.
And Flounce out of the office and came today, ready. I was just ready. I was like, whatever they've got for me, because I've had a few days off. I was like, here we go. And I walked in, my job show was in, and I was like, have they said anything? She was like, no. Did you know he had cancer? I was like,
Oh, heavy. Did you bring that up in the list? Was it one of those things?
That wasn't one of my lists, actually. It wasn't on my
Shame,
list. I was
actually,
like,
'cause that really would have got him.
right.
Yeah. But you can be very direct.
Thanks.
Yeah.
You say you give me permission, or are you saying I can't?
No. Like, you
Okay.
nearly made me cry once.
Did I?
Yeah. But
When?
I was on an MDMA come down, so that was I think that was part of
So
it.
it might have been more you. That might be the you
that
thing.
might have been the lack of serotonin, but it was. It was still like, I was still like,
I dread.
That's good.
I dread the day. I'd like to think it'll never happen, but I
make you
do
cry?
dread the day.
What I've realised is whenever I've made someone cry, I have had no idea I'm about to make someone cry. Like, I know I could if I wanted to. Like, there's someone at the moment who I'm just like circling, like just for fun, just because I'm like, I'm gonna snap this person. Like,
God,
I'm
is
gonna
it
really.
me?
No, babe, you know who it is. I'm just
yeah.
enjoying it. And but when I do make the rest of it, I have no idea I'm about to.
yeah.
Genuinely no idea. It really is a shock to me.
Yeah. You're like me with my missus's period. Like, I don't know it's coming.
You've
And
never
then-
got a heads up.
No, I just, it's like you're walking through the jungle and then you just hear the insects stop. You're like, something's not right. And then you find out.
How have you not tracked it?
Huh?
have
Because
you not-
it's all over the place.
No, it's
I
like
don't
me.
know when it is.
yeah.
And sometimes I don't think it's. I think she's just saying. But now we've got like another girl living with us and they've synced up finally.
Oh, bliss.
yeah,
So
I
So
someone
now I
can give
get
you that.
like, so I get like 2. No, it's not that. It's just 2.
Oh, God.
But at
I
least
get
it's all over
double.
in one go.
Yeah.
That's true. They haven't spaced it out.
Yeah.
Because at least you only have 1 week of hell rather than 2 weeks of milder hell.
Oh, well, I think that's what I would say. I think she spreads it out. It's like someone doing like a major birthday. You know, when someone has like a 30th.
Oh, yeah, I
like,
did birthday month.
I'm going to do the
Yeah,
birthday
yeah.
month. Yeah. She's like, I'm going to do 2 weeks.
I love
Yeah,
your
too
missus,
right.
by the way.
Oh,
she's so
great.
class.
She's
She's
really great.
so class.
You absolutely nailed that, by the way, in that, like, a male comedian going out with a therapist.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
you've absolutely
Well, she's not a
nailed-
therapist. She's
She's in mental health, isn't she?
she's in mental health.
Yeah.
but,
So, I mean, you've absolutely nailed that. That's probably, I would argue, the perfect
Probably
pairing.
why you're one of the more healthier, normal ones.
yeah.
What? Whoa, I didn't sign off on that statement.
Completely. Absolutely completely.
No, you're one of the less emotional ones.
Oh yeah. No. It was only that one day.
Yeah. when I
I'm
got
pretty
to him.
cold.
Yeah. It's good that.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
is.
we need more like you.
Oh, God, we do.
Do you know on Flow? So Flow is a period tracker. So
Right.
You might not know that. So Flow
I
is a
should
period
get one
tracker.
around.
But they have this extra thing when I was last on it. They have this thing where they're like, do you want to add your partner to your app so he can see where you're at
Yeah.
on the thing? So like you have the Flow app, she has the Flow app, and you'll get things obviously being like, she's
Yeah.
But I was like, that's so interesting. I understand the logic of that, which is exactly what you, which is like, I'm going to get in a heads up. Like,
Yeah.
I just get to know.
I also
get to know-
imagine it's about ovulating as well.
Yes,
So
it's
they
about
know they're
ovulating as well, so was that stuff. But I was like, but as a woman, like there is some joy in being like, he has no idea
It's
what's
coming.
happening.
Yeah.
Like he has
I can see
no
it.
clue what this weekend's gonna be.
I'll come in and she'll be like, what the fuck are you doing here? And then her niece will walk in, she'll be like, hiya, babe.
Damn it!
See, it's not blanket. I know what's going on.
That's so funny. So do they align? Like they're aligned? They're
Yeah, they're in
aligned
alliance,
when they're.
yeah.
Oh, Phil, I'm sorry.
I feel like, Gaza.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I bet you do.
obviously,
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
very over the top.
Yeah, I'm sorry you're having that.
But I don't think a ceasefire is not coming soon.
No, it's not. No.
No,
No, you
it's
signed up
really,
for that
really
for
not.
life. Have you got any bit munches this week?
I had one and it's completely gone out.
Okay,
my
great.
head.
I'll give you another one.
Okay,
Okay,
go.
Because
great.
I brought a couple.
Yes.
Go. My own will come back to
That
me.
lady that was on the Peter Kay, that got kicked out of the Peter Kay thing.
Oh my my
You know the
God.
Peter Kay
Thank you
gig?
for bringing it up. Have you seen this?
No.
Oh my God.
I'm surprised you haven't.
Wait.
It's everywhere.
Is this the one? Is this the classic? I got kicked out for laughing.
Yeah, she got kicked out for saying, I think it was her mum got kicked out.
Okay.
No.
Or a friend.
So I think I
They
saw
were,
this.
so it was 2 instances.
Yeah.
So a guy got kicked out because he kept saying garlic bread.
Yeah.
And that's Peter Kay joke, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I don't really know. Okay, fine.
What?
No, I don't. I'm
Have you
sort
ever
of versed
seen-
in it? Yeah.
Never seen just the bit.
No.
I
Okay.
can genuinely quote his Live at the Bolton Albert Halls show. I can quote from start to finish.
Okay.
It's fucking. Anyway, that's
So
not
that's
the point.
fine. But garlic bread is
But
the bit.
garlic bread, yeah. It's about a dad who discovers garlic bread, and he's like, garlic bread. I can't believe I'm doing this on the podcast. But yeah, anyway, whatever.
Okay. So basically, like Shannon, I was great to
It
say.
was Shane was getting hits, exactly. And then Cudden and Samuel got kicked out. And then another woman got kicked out for responding to it, I think. But they weren't together.
Yeah, I thought it was like one got kicked out for it, and then she left with them.
No, I don't think they were. I think they're two separate. They were two separate groups. But he referred to her as well. He said that she looked like Lisa Riley. Do you know Lisa Riley?
Yeah.
Mandy Dingle. And then but what is so hilarious about this is that rather than doing the normal thing, when fucking hell that was a shame, like that was shameful, whatever. No, they've just decided to go on TV and
ITV
and discuss it.
6 o'clock news.
Yeah,
That's why it's a bit much.
That
'Cause it's
is
like,
a bit much.
And to be fair, does look like Lisa Riley.
yeah, she does, and she was wearing like the same sort of outfit.
Yeah,
You know, like
I also think it's a discredit to Lisa Riley, who
So she came in dressed as
who
Lisa
I-
Riley.
apparently on all accounts is absolutely lovely, Lisa Riley. So I'm sorry.
Peter Kay call her Lisa Riley.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's got to
bless.
deal with he's like people don't realize. Do you want as well? Like when you do the arenas, people shout stuff all the time, and you're like, you are 9 miles away.
Yeah.
I cannot hear a word you're saying.
Yeah.
You can hear me because I've got a big microphone.
And that's my
Full
job.
speaker system. Yeah.
So she's gone on the 6 o'clock news to have a pop about being kicked out of the Peter Kay concert.
It's just gone on for days. It's one of those things that happened
What
like
does she
2
want?
weeks ago.
Is it one of those what she want? What does she just?
I don't know. I think
The end of Peter Kay.
she's demanding an apology off Peter Kay.
Great. He's only just come back. God bless him.
Yeah.
But what annoyed me more about all of this was like on Twitter, it was the comments. Like it was the people who genuinely were like, obviously there were so many people that were like, well, obviously it's a fucking comedy show, whatever.
Yeah.
But it's the people who were like, who think that is okay.
Yeah.
That's what bothered. Because it was one stupid fucker, you just go, yeah, fair enough. But the people that were replying.
Do you know that there's a comedian who wrote an article about this, and I can't remember who it was, who's basically backing her and saying that she should have been left in?
Yeah.
off.
And I guarantee if you look that comedian up, they've never played an arena in their life.
Let me just look it up.
Or
Yeah.
any kind of big
Or a
show
club.
at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, can you imagine the amount of people who've been kicked out of hot water? Like,
Yeah.
there was one just before Christmas, I think. You were in the green room. It wasn't the show you were on. It was on my show. We were just like, get out. Like, go away. You're just talking or on the phone. And they're like, ah. And their thing was, we've never been to a show before. We didn't know. And you were like, you didn't know. You had to listen.
Yeah.
But
You
they
didn't
get,
know you
but
had
they
to
get
listen.
warnings. You get warnings.
God.
You're told to be quiet. You're told again to be quiet. And then 9 times out of 10, it's a 3 rule depending on how bad they are.
Yeah.
And then you're gone.
I remember asking some guy to shut up twice, and he said, stop telling me to shut up. And I was like, then shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
And then they got kicked out.
Jacob Hawley. I'll bleep.
No. There's no way.
Yeah. Jacob Hawley. I'm a comedian. Here's what Peter Kay got wrong in the garlic bread row. Basically saying that she shouldn't be removed. That he's a comedian, has to deal with it. She's just excited.
I'm amazed Jacob Hawley came down on that side.
Do you know Jacob Hawley?
Yeah.
I've not met
Imagine.
not.
No.
Jacob Hawley.
Yeah, no, I do. I'm amazed he's come down on that side.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Do you think someone came up to him and said, write an article
And he is.
from this
I
perspective?
wonder if,
And he's gone, yeah, I'll
because
take that
he does write for, So I wonder if
Metro,
it's
yeah.
paid piece. But like, I'm amazed because he can handle a bear pit. And yeah, maybe that's the angle he's coming from. That you should have just handled a bear pit, but but yeah, like you said, in an arena, in like
Slightly
a
different
stadium.
with
Yeah, I was gonna say
12,000
it's
people.
like you just need people to like shut up, and it's people around you. It's so odd. It's so fucking entitled. I know it's the most obvious thing in the world to say,
No, but
but
it
it
is.
is. It's just that thing of like, I should be allowed to say. It's like, what if all the people around you have also paid, have also so excited about being here to listen to Peter Kay come back for the first time in however fucking many years?
Yeah. I hope this makes Jacob Hawley cry.
Yeah. Let's do it. Let's get another male comedian to cry.
Saying that, do I need to bleep the name? Because it's so obvious if you
No.
search.
No, he's written. He's put his
He's
name
written,
to it.
he's put his name out there.
I'm just amazed because Jacob's not like that. He's sound. He's a good boy.
Oh, so.
But
But people are stupid. Like I've had it in the doing the show at the minute, where people are, because obviously Jake's in it and a lot of people come to see Jake.
Quickenden, not Hawley.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
And people are shouting, but they did it with Mike when Mike did it, and they're shouting out like, "Get your dick out!" And like they're
Yeah, but
like
that's just
going
you
on
shouting
him.
that.
That's just me off stage.
Yeah.
Get your dick out! It's time for din-dins. Like off stage. But and it's a fucking, my God, people are stupid and drunk, but also keep buying tickets. But yeah, and he all the time, like shouting out, heckling and about the show. The worst one, there was one when I did this show last time and I reveal, spoilers alert, at the end that I'm pregnant. And I say, I'm pregnant. And someone shouted out, "Rita, you fucking slag." And it's so bizarre. Again, we were talking about the comedy hangover of they said that, and it's so weird how my brain reacted, because my natural reaction is to go,
who the fuck do you think? Yeah.
but then obviously I'm not, because I'm in character, so I have to just be like, no, you have to continue to
Yeah, you are one.
to act, and yeah, I am.
You are one. I am a slag. Yeah.
But like, yeah, it's people have no etiquette anymore.
No,
They just don't. No etiquette.
We're the oldest people in the world.
Yeah,
People, we don't have no etiquette anymore.
You know how bad it is when
There's no
I'm
etiquette.
talking about etiquette. When me talking about etiquette, you know that you're bad.
Oh, it was an all right Christmas season, I feel, for you guys. Did you have any like wild ones?
No,
Or, like,
they're all
you're actually
most of
pretty
them
well
are,
behaved.
I'm trying to think. No, they're all pretty. I mean, hot water's really good because
They get them out.
Well, not only do they get them out, but like people come in and mostly and like, oh, this is where we behave.
Yeah.
They've kind of conditioned most of them.
Yeah.
It's only the odd
Yeah.
person that's just near.
There's some good staff there as well, isn't there?
Yeah. Do you know any?
Yeah.
Big
scary baby.
No, the staff are really good. It's one of those where like it's because it's so well run.
Yeah,
but like
yeah.
everywhere you go, there's like people shouting out.
Man, I found my Christmas gigs, the men were emboldened last year. I always have
Really?
this theory where like girls don't get heckled as much by men because there's a sort of innate cowardice that comes with it. As in,
Yeah.
To be seen to be yelling at a woman on stage is a bit like, ugh, and
Yeah.
not this Christmas. Oh no,
I've had
not
that.
this Christmas. They really were like,
Yeah,
here to share
yeah.
some thoughts and opinions.
What was the worst one you got?
I think, did I say it on the pod? It was Freddie's. It was, Freddie's. I mean, that's my fault, but it was opening Freddie in Newcastle. And yeah, I got that. Listen, in the guy's defense, like I what I would say was a slow start, but then I was less than a minute in. Like, so it's like, I hadn't done my first joke yet. So we were sort of like,
Yeah.
and he was like, when's the comedy starting? Oh, this is about as funny as AIDS. When are the comedians coming on? And like, you're just like, I swear to fuck. And what something like that does is, because it was so obvious that it was because it was a me on stage.
Yeah.
It wasn't. If I'd like pumped my first joke and it had bombed, then I'd be like, yeah, fair fucks to you, guy. But I hadn't finished it. And so you're like, okay, guys. So immediately the whole room's on your side because they're like, all right. But you're just like, what? It's 2024. Like it's Christmas. Are you kidding me? We've literally just started the gig. I'm the opener.
Yeah.
It was-
I mean, he is buying tickets to Freddie's show, so you can't be that.
Yeah.
I think
Much going on top.
I've only ever been heckled by men. I've never been heckled by a woman. I've had women snarl me, and you can say they want me dead, but I've never been heckled by a woman. It's always men.
Really?
Yeah.
What did I say to you?
Well, the worst one was, well, actually I say it's the worst one. I got a really good clip out of it. So
Oh, fuck it. Yeah, worth it.
was the fella who, when I was gigging for Jack Miller in Hale, I think it was, and the fella who I was the only woman on the bill, and no, he hadn't shouted out for anyone. I think I was just before that. I think I was just before Sam Avery. Sam Avery was the next actor on, so I was the second to last on the bill, and he'd been dead good the whole time. It wasn't really a drinking audience either, so I didn't really, whatever. And I did my bit. Oh, so, one of my punchlines is, I didn't have broccoli till I was 12.
Yeah.
And he shouted out, yeah, you can tell. That was great. And I was like, oh, okay, that's fine. So dealt with that. Then again, when I do the bit about I talk about the lad who thought the sun shone out my backside or whatever. And I said that. And he went here, oh, what was his guide dog like? And you're like, mate.
Absolutely.
But
What's
it was
happened?
the kind of gig as well, because of how it was set out. It was like an echoey room, so his voice like it was one of them where it was just like, it's just weird to fucking. I mean, I said I got a great clip out of it, and I tied it into the end of my set and whatever. Like it worked out well for me. Like I came out stronger.
Yeah.
But I just thought, you're fucking why? Like what made you? And that was the one where That's how. Do you remember me saying about how I nearly ended up as doing a gig for anti-trans people?
Oh yeah,
That was this
That was the
situation.
situation. Good. No, were they?
Yeah,
they
because the
identified
feminists
you.
then came on my side.
Yeah.
But they were the really scary feminists.
Scary feminists.
Right, yeah.
So it was
Lesbians.
misogyny versus. Oh yes, it was misogyny versus very scary
They were
feminists.
being at the
Yeah.
weekends.
Yeah. They all own their own wood. It's all a lot. But yeah, and then his girlfriend stood up for him. Remember on the clip?
Yeah.
She was like, yeah, well, he towered over you and your shit jokes. And I was like, you're meant to be on my side.
What, she came in the comments?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
No.
because I clicked it
Women.
because I was like, it's none of
Allies, man.
my set, whatever.
Yeah.
I come out looking strong, clip it,
Yeah.
and she like fucking tried to destroy me in the comments, and I was like,
I love it when people try and do that. There was one of mine when I did
you-
Belfast.
You, you get some fun comments.
I
don't
got to someone put up a clip of mine, or his hot water put a clip of mine out, and someone was like, "This guy got booed off stage in Belfast," but then I had the footage of him getting dragged out the venue in Belfast, and me getting a massive standing ovation for dealing with him.
Oh my
and being
God.
like, "Yeah, no, that's exactly what happened."
Actually, that's beautiful. That's
Yeah.
like my dream is when you actually have the receipts to
Yeah.
be like, oh, actually,
I had the
And I was like,
receipts.
"Do you mean this gig?"
yeah. Oh, Phil, it's good. It's very
I
good.
love when you post your comments. They
Yeah.
really make me laugh. I absolutely love them.
Yeah.
It's
Do you wind them
so
up?
good.
Do you go back, or do you just post them, or do you wind them up in the comments?
It depends what they've said. If I've got a good pithy comment, like someone posted, what was it? He said you should only talk to the crowd if you're any good. You're not funny at all. And then I was like, yeah, but you spelled should wrong. So I just put it.
I love
I
a
just
good spelling
corrected him.
mistake.
Like if you're gonna hit me, you got to get it spelled all
You
correctly.
really have. You got
Get the right yours. Get the right you.
Hey man,
Yeah.
come at me with your best
Anything like that.
GCSEs.
I love that when you get a troll and comment and they spelt the you're wrong.
Yeah.
Oh, the satisfaction
so
of
good.
that. Oh,
So easy. Just shut up.
it's just
Oh,
your
that's
entire argument
bliss.
is
Yeah.
invalid.
Difficult.
I like it when my followers come in and defend me.
Yeah,
because
I
they
love
do that sometimes on the YouTube.
Yeah.
They'll just come in because I'll just get something horrible and then someone will come back. I can't remember what someone said the other week, but then someone was like, "When's your comedy special coming out?" And as well, people comment on stuff. That's why that PDK thing wound me up.
Yeah.
Because people weren't there. They don't see what
Yeah.
happened.
Yeah.
Nobody saw. Like I saw the video of it filmed from a mobile.
Oh, did you?
It was like a little video,
I
and
didn't
I was
know this
like,
one.
he's dealing with it the way I would deal with it.
a comic would do it.
Yeah. You just sort of trying to keep the gig on track, get rid of that person,
Yeah.
and that's it.
And
You
make
wasn't
and
being
also
like,
isolate them.
yeah.
Like isolate them from the room. It's like a Veruca. Do you got to freeze it off
Yeah.
first, and then you got to like it's
Yeah.
What about it? It's just an analogy
But
I threw out
also
there. I thought about myself.
People
But,
have seen
yeah.
enough content now of stand-up and of MCs and stuff like that there should be something in your brain that goes, this isn't going to end well for me.
Yeah.
You'd think, you know what I mean? You would think.
I think that's different though with Peter Kay's audience. If you think of Peter Kay's audience, he's a DVD comedian. Like
Yeah, I
he hasn't
suppose.
been around for the generation really because he took all that time off where we've all been coming of age, as it were, like on your TikToks, on your Instagrams and your whatnot. And so like actually maybe his lot don't. There's like a removal from all that stuff. Like MC destroys Heckler. Like I don't know if they're watching that section on the DVD.
Yeah.
So I do wonder if there's a bit of that. you
But
know.
people love live stuff. Stuff going wrong live. That's the most. That's the best it does.
When you think that your show's individual,
Yeah.
that's what it is. It's when that show's individual is
Yeah.
lovely because obviously you know you're going to do that same show every night. But when something's so specific to your show, I think people love it.
I feel like they've been a part of like one show that will
Something
never
special.
ever happen again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God.
That one when they got
Show
kicked out of
special.
my show in Alexander's. That was funny because everyone kept messaging me about it.
When was
What
that?
happened?
That was last year when I was doing my tour there.
Your tour.
Yeah. And she took offence to one bit. And then
And she was at your show specifically
at my
for you.
show.
Can you say
Right.
what bit? Is it the...
it was the mental health bit.
Oh, okay.
I was talking about mental health and she was like, he's laughing about mental health. And I got like a 15-minute clip out of it. So I was
Sick.
happy because it was just everybody. The only thing that was annoying about it is someone called her a cunt and it got me demonetized
Shame.
on that video. And I was like, that's a lot of...
But she does sound like a cunt, to be fair.
Yeah,
But
she
that's
was
so mad
acting
when
like
she's
it.
come to your show.
I think she was with her husband.
Right,
Who was a
plus
fan
one.
of mine.
Plus one.
I think
Yeah.
her husband and her husband's friend were my fans.
Well, yeah, and then she
their
came.
partners came and she just...
Always a
But she was
risk.
talking and that was when it became...
A thing.
It was because she was talking that I said, you need to be quiet.
Yeah.
And then she was like, we're just saying you shouldn't be talking about mental health. And I was like, okay, well, it's my show. So,
So don't. Yeah.
so
Yeah.
so
I think I've seen that clip actually. That's ringing a bell.
yeah, I tried to get her to stay as well. because I don't want to kick anyone out.
No,
you
of course
don't.
not. It doesn't
No.
come to your show.
But
yeah,
then
I know.
it did go funny.
Yeah, of
And
course,
loads of
always
people
does.
like that was really
Oh my God.
It's such a double-edged sword, isn't it? Sometimes because it's you don't want it to happen, but then there are the moments that it's so good and you get
Yeah.
that content out of it, and you're like, oh,
Yeah.
like, oh, we don't want it to happen, but it's good when it does. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's a real double-edged.
There's acts that like wind up the audience, so you can see it.
Yeah.
They're trying to get the clip, and you're like, nah, you can't do it that way.
No,
It has
so
to
much
be-
better when it's if
has
it's
to be
natural.
organic.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
God.
I can't. I'll never understand why people will go and heckle. It absolutely
Oh my
baffles
God.
me.
This is actually, so why can I say it? Yes.
Well,
so
you need to know after that reaction.
So I know. So a good friend of mine, he's a very good comic, and we're doing some gigs down his neck of the woods down south, and he put them on like very much, such and such and friends, one of those gigs, and he's a big draw, and a lot of people there. We 2 nights on the trot, and on the second night, his brother-in-law came to watch. And got shit-faced beforehand and heckled throughout the entire show. And like, my mate went out after, so he was like, what the fuck were you doing? Like, what did he say? And he turned around and he goes, mate, I was just helping. And you're like, what? Like, my friend was like, what do you mean you were helping? And he genuinely, I don't think it was a line. He was like, comedians love it when we're dickheads. Like, comedians love us feeding them shit. And we would all come off being like, babe, that's your brother-in-law. Like, the difficult one is your brother-in-law. And it is wild when it's someone you know, but he genuinely thought he was helping.
Yeah, they do, don't they? I had to do it on Saturday. There was like a couple just kept trying to guess the punchline. And I was like, that's really not helping.
But they think,
hey,
just zhuzhing up the room,
Yeah.
giving you some love and life.
Yeah.
My God.
Like, just don't speak unless you're spoken to.
Yeah.
Like, it's the one of
Like
the,
women.
Like women. Yeah, exactly. And that's maybe why women don't shout out enough. That because they know you're only spoken to.
No,
and
do they not
spoken
speak
to.
out enough? My friend in New York messaged me a little while ago, like middle of the night. He was like, real quick survey, worst audience member. I was like, drunk white women.
Yeah.
World over drunk white women.
Yeah.
If you are listening to this and you are part of a hen do or you're a teacher, you're the worst.
Sure, we're all so bad.
Nurses. Yeah,
Literally, what say nurses?
Nurses. Unbelievable. Teachers and nurses. I don't know what. Hen dos are obviously a whole other cage of nightmares, but teachers and nurses.
Hen do's is because it's the same as stag do's. There's 1 or 2 of them who wanted to go.
Yeah.
And then the rest have been dragged along. So they don't want to be there.
Yeah.
And they're just like, I'm a Prosecco, I'm chatty.
But the girls won't be put down. The girls won't be put down, and they won't be put down by men.
No.
So that's the problem that you all have, where like I can, but it becomes like a whole other shit fest if you try and put them down.
The last word. I talked about this on the Green Room pod the other day. People getting the last word in. I had it in the post office. The lady kept trying to get the last word in the argument we were having.
Why are we having an argument in a post office?
I was having...
No, they are stressful places.
Well, it didn't seem that stressful. I walked in and asked if they did print off the labels for you. Because the lady last time I went in told me that they do that. She said, don't do labels because next time there's a service where we print them off for you.
Nice.
And I went in and I said, hiya, I haven't got any labels on these packages. And she was like, what? And I was like, yeah, I don't have labels on. And she was like, I was like, but there's a service you can print them out apparently. And she was like, oh, no, I don't know where you got that from. And I was like, the last lady that worked here. And then I wasn't like arguing. I was like, okay, it's not a problem. But then she started getting really like, who said it? What? Who was it? When did they? And I was like, it was just the last lady. And she was like, me. And I was like, it wasn't you.
No, because you would have known about the printing service.
You would have known about the printing service.
Yeah.
Also, she was a lot friendlier and like
younger, nicer, better rack.
Attractive,
But I was like-
nice, great teeth.
also she was like Indian. So
it really felt like she was
You're-
going somewhere. I don't know if you know her.
Had an air of ambition.
you're an angry white lady. She wasn't. That was it.
Riddle me that.
But then what I did is I did the thing you know what you said before. I was like, what I did is I set a load of traps because she was going, it would have been me because I'm the only one that works here. And I was like, okay, so you've worked here it was like a year and a half ago. And she was like, yeah, it would have been me. And I was like, so you've worked here every day for a year and a half, never had a day off. Nope. Never had a lunch break. Nope. Never had a bathroom break. Nope. And I was like, nah,
What
no,
a
you're lying.
woman.
So then I looked at the girl behind me in the queue and she even did the
Yeah.
like she was on my side. And then at the end, I thought, I was like, I've clearly ruined your day. So I'm just going to go and print out some labels and just do this myself. But I was like, just before I do go, this attitude, it's not nice. So see you later. And then I left which should have been the end of it. But then I heard she keeps come running down to the parcel window.
Yeah.
I heard that, and she went, "If you don't fucking like it, go somewhere else."
I know. I literally am.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's literally what I'm
And
doing.
I was like, "I am. See you later." And then she tried to shout something else, but I was like, "Oh my god!" She just couldn't let me have the last.
Did you do that about
I did
this
that as well,
attitude?
yeah.
And that's exactly because it winds them up so much, and it shows that you are so like
better and above.
oh,
Yeah.
I don't really care, but like listen, you just really shouldn't
All
be
of
like
this.
this.
Yeah.
Like the man.
The other lady didn't do that.
Yeah.
The other lady wouldn't have done that.
I would never have sashayed my hand to the
Yeah.
other lady.
See, I love doing that.
God, it's so good.
Like
See,
this.
that's the mode. That's the lovely thing to have in your like weaponry is to be like, even when it's all getting a bit fraught, I know that I can keep my absolute cool and send you over the edge. Like
Yeah.
I can, like if someone's watching, my thing all the time was like, if someone's watching this on CCTV, I will look cool as a cucumber because you can't hear. I will look cool as a cucumber and you'll just see this man having an absolute meltdown.
There is
Yeah.
nothing more powerful than silence and not silence.
Composure.
Composure. Thank you. There's nothing more
Composure.
powerful and keeping your side of the street clean. That's what it's all about. Thank you very much. All the best. That's
And
a new
on
thing.
that is outside of the street. Phil, you've been wonderful. That's the end of our episode.
Oh, was that it?
That is it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, right, that's good fun.
Thank you so
Okay.
much.
We do short
You
bits.
sound really surprised. Oh, that was good fun.
Yeah.
Thanks, Phil.
Yeah.
No, like
We're really fun
the
girls.
end. I was expecting us to be more. What time is it?
Well, we're going to bring out the lady from the post office in a minute.
All right.
Yeah. We're having a
Saving
retort
that. Yeah,
pod.
Imagine she was like, "I'm with Jordan Pickford now."
I'd kill her for you. This not happening. Not happening.
Not happening. Phil, what have you got coming up? You've got a tour. You're doing
You're doing
your
tour.
figures, aren't you?
I'm doing a tour.
Yes.
Figures in starts March 27th in Leeds. And then,
Great.
yeah, and then I'm doing.
How long's the tour?
It's only like 10 dates.
Great.
But
Sick.
I've sold a lot of tickets, so there's not many left.
Yeah.
Not many tickets left. So come to, I think Manchester's got a few left.
Where are you in Manchester?
Liverpool. I'm at the Creatures Comedy.
Nice.
So I'm not allowed to play at other
Creatures.
venues.
Yeah, sure.
Sure, yeah.
I'm at Creatures in Manchester. I'm doing Leicester, Dublin, Belfast,
Sick.
Leeds, Wardrobe. Where else am I doing? Hot Water Comedy Club. That's the last one.
Yeah, sure.
Enter the hot
Middlesbrough.
wire.
Middlesbrough Fire Brigade. Fire.
Just at the fire station.
The fire station. The old fire station.
Just setting some fires in Middlesbrough. That's
Yeah.
not even a tour show.
need
You
a
just go
laugh
in there to set
too.
some fires.
Yeah, I'm just
Yeah.
doing it in front of the firemen.
Yeah. They love that.
God, I want
Yeah.
to do that on my next tour.
Just go and see some firemen.
Yeah.
We can do that. You don't have to do a tour for that. I'll
Thank
take
you.
you.
I reckon you get heckled by
Yeah,
fire.
same.
I reckon they'll be like, yeah.
But I wouldn't mind.
No?
No, I'd be fine with that.
I've held that in for the entire episode.
Good girl. And Phil, where can they find you on Instagram?
Phil Chapman Comedy. Although
Smash.
I'm shadow banned.
Are you?
Are you?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know.
Was it the woman from the post office?
Imagine. No, it's been years. I just don't. I was getting really good like ratios, and then suddenly it just went off a cliff because I got 2 strikes, and it's never recovered. So
I love this. This is so badass.
just look at my YouTube instead. Phil Chapman Comedy. That's way better.
That's great. Wouldn't it be funny if when we upload this, your face like innately blurs itself because you're shadow banned and like all the algorithms are like, don't let them
Yeah,
see
not
him.
this guy.
Not this guy.
Yeah.
They should do what they do with speeding tickets. You know, like you have strikes. You should go on like a course and then they should get rid of the strike.
Do you know what? They should, because one of the strikes they didn't uphold. One of the strikes they were like, oh yeah, you're right, we'll put that back up again. But then it stays on there for a year.
That shouldn't
So
happen.
unfair.
They should do it like they do speeding tickets.
Good. Well, we found. How are you doing there?
No, good.
No, she's gone.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to end the episode before Kay actually implodes. Phil, you've been a babe. Thank you for coming on a bit much, babe.
Thanks, mates.
And we'll see
Love
you
ya.
really soon. Love you.